Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Crowncast. And today we're gonna talk about the best parts of life, where we jump up and down and kick firewalls. Yes, apparently you can kick firewalls. You don't hack them, you kick them right in the ball sack. No, balls are good. No, kick them right in the Achilles heel of Mega Hurt. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's something. So it's been a couple of days without Chromecast because I don't know if I said this before, but I generally don't like to do Chromecast when my mother is at home. So, and also I just felt like not doing it this weekend. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't have anything to talk about. Well, I always have something to talk about, so that's a lie, really. So, yeah, I mean, I've been having one of those days where I'm wondering what I'm doing with myself and my life and my content of non-content. No, but I really enjoy doing this stuff for the YouTube channel, and I'm grasping to get more things. The cooking show is going solid, so that will work out great. Crowncast will be the core of the channel for a long time. It will always go on if I can have it my way. So it will always Crowncast will always exist. Maybe it will go down sometimes, be only once a week, and sometimes it's 4 times a week, because that has happened. This week I'm looking to do 3 Crowncasts, so I don't know who I'm going to have guest this week. See if I can get John Rambo maybe on Thursday, or something else. Maybe getting back the smart guy, or David, or whatever. Let's call him smart guy, because that's his handle name. Handle name? What? That's his nickname on the intertubes. Yeah, I often is rather harsh against smart guy, but he's a good guy. He's interested in knowledge, and he's sort of like, I feel like, my long distance brother or something like that. That's the way I'm seeing smart guy. He's he loves knowledge just as much as I do, and like to learn about different things. And yeah, it's that way we're like-minded people, and we are constantly trying to prove that the other one is insane. So that's how our conversations are. So yeah, maybe I should have him on. Why I'm starting all up this Crimecast with this, I don't know, but yeah. So I've been wondering whether or not to pursue what I'm going to talk about. What the hell? I'm confusing even myself. I don't know if I should do a little recap, maybe, for people that not everyone has listened to the first couple of Crowncast, where I talked a lot of things about my how I'm seeing the world, and probably these articles I'm going to look at, or maybe showcases a little bit about myself even more. So the thing how I stand in life is the fact that if I could have my way, I wouldn't do work like standard work. I would do creative stuff like YouTube, stuff like that. I'm still trying to find my medium for my creativity. I think doing scripts was the first thing I did. I'm trying to write stuff, but so far it's not going so well in that regard, and just creating stuff that entertains people is what I'm all about. And if I can capture who I am for people, for instance, the first in this series of stuff I'm trying to do with the video games is where I create kind of my own character, my own story, and trying to make it a good one. Or I mean, it's just a little details, a little story, or just do a character and have fun with that character. I mean, that's the idea I have with it. But as this first one, it felt it wasn't bad compared to my other first try with some other stuff, but I didn't get my heart out in it, so to speak. I mean, I didn't get let loose really when I recorded it. I mean, I feel like when I recorded it, it's like something is missing, something like how I act in the cooking videos, because for some reason I bring out the best of me in those cooking videos, entertaining wise, I mean. And I don't know why. And also, mostly when I do sketches, I also bring out the best of me. And I can't seem to do that when I have the medium of a video game, which is annoying. I'm trying to find that sweet spot. I can do normal Let's Plays and stuff, and that's, you know how those works, and it's and I also don't really like doing Let's Play that much, except for if I do it doing co-op. That's why I wanted to have a co-op channel more, because I like playing games with my sister, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And the reason why I really don't like it that much is because you have to constantly think of humorous things to say, and you also have to be really, really curious and interested in the worlds, and interested in smaller details and that sort of stuff. Sure, you can be, you don't have to be that, but it's hard then to get really entertain people if you really don't have, I mean, I can be funny, but compared to some people that I look up to, like Jesse Cox, I have a far way to go, because I can't be entertaining, at least in a Let's Play. I can't be entertaining for most of a video. It will have good piece, I mean, it has good moments in them. So I want to have more good moments. So that's why I need to practice more and more and more about speaking, and hopefully I will stop like getting a pause, or like losing that word I know it's not my first language, but if I have to do it, I need to be perfect. Because when I listen to people that don't really finish, I get a little bit annoyed. Like, that's say it or whatever it is, and I hear that sometimes when I'm listening back to the stuff I do, and that's is sort of a little annoyance for me. But I still don't. So I know I'm really good compared to when I began it all, and the people, most people don't. And the fact is, the reason I'm losing words and stuff, it's not like this is only when I'm doing English. I used to forget words and stuff and keep a flow of talking even in Swedish. I still do. And so it's more like I haven't gotten down the speaking part overall to having a flowing pattern that isn't really broken up. Yeah, I mean, that's just great. And so far I'm feeling this sort of like that sort of problem talking. Because the thing is, my usually what it used to be, it was when, for instance, when you write stuff, you think about the stuff you're going to write, and often my mind is racing and is before my writing, so sometimes I skip words, and that's why it ends up also when I'm talking, you usually end up skipping words or forgetting to end a sentence, even though I ended it in my mind, but I didn't end it speaking wise. So that's when you hear me say something and then just float off and then just end up on the next thing when I don't. In my mind, I completed that sentence, but I didn't fully say it for you guys. So I'm just explaining stuff. It's an interesting thing about speaking and writing and everything like that. Everyone is not as charismatic as the next person, but you can well work towards it like I'm doing. I really thinking about the few things I can do to. I'm just thinking of just doing stuff where I talk a lot. I mean, I don't know what that. I mean, Crowncast is a good thing to do, but I mean, I don't know how. I can't put out 5 Crowncasts a week, and I don't have the content to fill up 5 Crowncasts a week. So that's the truth of that. So with all this said, I want to share you a little stuff about the world, and then I will say how I feel about it. Because, I mean, you can sort of understand more of how I work as how my ideals are, what my standpoints is on certain things in life. I've done this in a lot of Crowncasts, so it just adds more to. So if you have listened to, especially in the first couple of Crowncasts, I suggest, if you're really interested in knowing sort of how I side with some stuff, I suggest a couple of the first ones, because their first one is solely where I talk about me, and then one of them is about standing on gay rights and all stuff like that. It's just you get to, and you can also compare to how different I'm doing now than when I started it all. So yeah, there this article in Japan, no, in Guardian, the UK newspaper. I did a sort of research in Japan, where apparently um, they've stopped having sex, which is kind of funny because the land of weird ass porn is from Japan, so everyone uh, thinks that Japan is that sort of like weird ass country when it comes to that, but apparently the fact is it's generally what I can tell from this article is the fact that if a woman gets married, she is expected to have kids soon, and so therefore a lot of them end up losing their job quite quickly. And if you have a child, 70% of the people having children end up becoming sort of housewives, from what I can tell. And I feel like whole this Japanese problem is the way seeing how they see the women. I mean, there was this one 32-year-old woman. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. Okay, which I found pretty hilarious. Eri Tomita has this statement. Quote is the word I'm looking for. I often get asked out by married men in the office who want an affair as I'm single, but I can't be bothered. I mean, the fact is that she constantly gets asked out by married people. I mean, they really, really seem to care about their marriage. But to be fair, I think it's in most countries in the world is probably this way, unfortunately. But it feels like the statement was just it's a standard thing. Married people usually just ask single people, and she also states the fact that she doesn't want to have a boyfriend because she wants to work and stuff, and she don't really like sexual contact. She don't like being touched when they're having sex, which is sort of like they don't like being touched by other people. It seems like most of the women, and it's just how did that develop? Like, I don't like people touching me. It's just they seem to have a great intimacy issue in Japan, and also some of the things. I need to find this quote I typed on my Twitter yesterday. I think it's down here. This former dominatrix is now Aoyama. She's apparently a former dominatrix and is now a sex counselor. And she cites that one man she is trying to help is in his early 30s and is a virgin, and he can't get sexually aroused unless he watches female robots on a game similar to Power Rangers. I sort of feel like this is certainly Japan. They maybe they need to invent sex robots in Japan. Probably on the right way to it also with their technology. So apparently I use therapies such as yoga and hypnosis to relax him and understand how the way the real human body works. Sorry. I sort of like to want to do weird sketch now because of this. Maybe that's just me being weird, but I got a lot of ideas of sketches I need to try and do because I really love doing sketches and fun. Yeah, so I mean, and this female I talked about earlier, uh, she says she was proposed to, but I mean, she said she was more interested in her job than being with someone, and and she says this about uh, uh, if you want to get promoted in a job, you won't if you marry, because the bosses assume you will get pregnant. And if you're getting pregnant, you have to resign, and you end up becoming a housewife. I mean, then I'm starting to understand the problem uh, Japan has, because apparently you can't. It's not. If you have flings, you look down upon as a person for doing it. So I mean, it's like it's so much Japan seem to be digging their own grave, sort of, because I mean, they can't even be like, oh yeah, I will just have casual sex. That can't be. They can't be doing that because you look down upon, and it's just that much must be so weird. And also Japan seems to be quite so, because all of this stems from the fact that uh, this is the it was uh, people are living longer in Japan, and these less babies are getting born. It was apparently they had the worst least amount of babies born in like centuries, no, but in many years. And one of the people like, I gave up dating 3 years ago. I don't miss boyfriends or sex. I don't even like holding hands. Physical contact seems to be a really problematic thing. So it must be a pain in the ass to, if you're a guy in Japan right now, to if you're interested in some women, because apparently they just will straight up trying to turn down everyone. So that's just, I mean that must be such a problem. It's interesting because here in Sweden, you would, now that everyone is like, now that there's so much opportunities in life, and you can go out and travel to the world. You can study. You can do so many things and so many different opportunities you can do, and yet there's been a trend in Sweden where a lot of younger people apparently are striving towards just getting a job and having like a normal life, like the everyday person life, with cars, a car, family, whatever. Which is kind of interesting because we, as a Swede, we haven't really been that sort of country, but more and more now that we have opportunities to do more stuff in all over the world. We have ended up instead becoming more of like the normal every family life people striving towards. So that's fairly interesting. And in some parts of Sweden, you uh, most people don't get children until their 30s. And that's kind of the standard thing here in Sweden. So that's interesting, for at least for me, that a lot of younger people have been striving towards that more. But there's still a lot of people in Sweden. There's people that do like enjoy traveling, seeing the world, and that sort of stuff. Because, I mean, if we want to have any warm weather, we can't stay here. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm in the most southern part of Sweden, which is around the same level as Denmark, and we have it goes up and down. So we have winters where there's like snow from December to March, even April. And then we have years where we don't have any snow at all. Or like it snows uh, just a little bit in December, and then usually it's just one couple of days in March. Usually ends up being. So it's like some winters there can be like we have snow only 5, 6, 7 days. And then some it's like whole months and months of. So this global warming is really like fucking up our system, because it's just the thing is that we can the reason why we at least have any warmth is because of the Mexico Gulf Stream that ends up going all the way outside of Sweden, Norway and Sweden, and it's said that it may all at some point Gulf Stream may deviate from its normal course and don't reach Norway and Sweden. Would would end up being that we could see like a mini ice age here in Norway, Sweden, and Iceland. Well, Iceland is at the volcano close to it, so it's much safer. Which it's more north, but it's probably safer than Sweden and Norway when it comes to that. So it's just, I hope that never happens. Not at least when I'm alive. I don't care. My children can deal with it. Yeah, so that was the first article. The second one is a Swedish article where it's about this the boyfriend. It was in a relationship, and the boyfriend had a hidden camera filming them when they had sex, and so and then he posted them, and she didn't know, and then he posted it online, and she and the reasoning, and now apparently it has gone down from, instead of being like he have to pay what it would be like the equivalent of almost $20,000, he now has to pay only, I mean, I'm converting it to your money, it's instead of 130k in Swedish kroner, he now has only to pay 25k, because the fact, because it's what they were stating, that that in today's society it's more open to with sex. That's the statement of the fucking like the the people that did judgment on it. And it's just I mean it's so bizarre because you can see the women, you can see the face of the woman apparently in the footage, but I mean, and the reasoning why is more accepted, and also people don't really know who she is in the, because she's not famous or whatever it is, or she's not known. She's like, and because of that, it limits the how much he needs to pay in because of it, which is, I mean, it's just so bizarre. Just, I mean, only paying that. I mean, it's still it's still some money, but I mean, 25K. I mean, it's not that hard to be in debt for that money. It's like you will pay that off fairly quickly, because it's like, what's that in dollars? That's like three, no, four or five $1,000 instead of 20, and you can already see how different that is. It's just, it's, I mean, for me, it's just, and the girl apparently stated the fact that this is, I mean, she almost, I'm trying to see what she does, like, this is like a hit in the face. This is like a joke. And I mean, this is the stuff, I mean, where you have to take a stand on these things. I mean, so now I mean, can anyone just post stuff and almost get away with it that easy? I mean, let's say he made money off that video. I don't know. He's probably put it up on amateur sites, but I mean, maybe he is like, okay, I can make money off this one. Maybe he did make money off it. Maybe he made enough money to fucking like pay back that, and even made more of it. I don't fucking know. I mean, it's just, he just took advantage of it, and I mean, now those videos will probably be out there on the internet forever, because people usually, like, I think, copy stuff and post it around, so it will end up everywhere. So now she has to live with that, when she didn't approve of it. She didn't want, and if he asked, she probably would say no. Maybe, I don't know, but the fact is that she's completely humiliated, and I mean, some people are not prepared. It's not prepared to have their kids someday found a video where they having sex, and like, oh, you posted this on with some dude. I mean, it's I don't know. I just think that it's so fucking wrong that he barely get punished for, like, spreading sex videos that I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys feel differently, but I mean, personal life is personal life. It's you, unless the other person is okay with it. I mean, then you shouldn't fucking do it. It's just like the fact that maybe I'm the only ones thinking of it. But I think that you should legalize prostitution, and it's only to be run by the government. Yes, I said it. I think because today there's people selling sex. Always going to exist. It's one of the oldest professions out there. And if you're a guy or woman selling sex, I don't fucking care. It's just anyone. It's more women is selling sex, but the thing is, a controlled environment where the government is running it. It will never happen, but I'm saying instead of people it's okay to film yourself having sex and degrade yourself that way. It's not okay to get. That's okay to get paid for having sex on a video, but it's not okay to get paid sex when, with a random person. Have just with any person without cameras. Because it's still a random person when you record it on video. I don't know, is it the fact that it's we know that nothing really went wrong because, we don't know if there were because when we see all these people are very happy to do it in all these countries, and it's not like in any country that some of them are forced to do it. It's it lies the fact that many people think that some drugs, most of the drugs should be legalized and the country should run it. Because the fact is that then suddenly the illegal stuff would stop because it's stopped making people money. Because now you can get it for easier and cheaper from the government. And there's a quote in Lions of Lamb. Andrew Garfield, who plays plays Spider-Man, the latest Spider-Man. The quote is in it: "You're more likely to be hit by a car than dying of an overdose," or something like that. I can't exactly remember the quote, but it's I think I'm of the opinion that making stuff legalized, but only the government can do it, will make more money for the government, and also it will probably get rid of, and you can control the people that's using it and try to help them and try to for instance here in Sweden the government is running have a monopoly on the liquor sale, and they have campaigns for you to not use it, and you see it all the time and you're aware of it all the time, but they know they can only go there to buy it. Okay, you can go to Denmark or Germany as well to do it, but they know that they can do campaigns like this because they are fully aware that they don't need to campaign about it because everyone knows where they can buy it, and they know that they would want to get down not many people drinking alcohol, and they also try to get people to not buy alcohol to their children and stuff. So yeah. I mean, it's all in all, we have different ways of seeing stuff in life, and I, I'm not saying that the thing my the way I want to be or think that will work will actually work. It just it seems like that would work, and maybe that's just me thinking that that kind of solution would work. But I mean, it's already there's so many people for instance, buying sex and stuff today, unfortunately. And why the fuck not just make it legal? I mean, it's never going to disappear. And why not have control it? So you know that it's a safe environment. But no, sex is taboo. Sex is something we can't really do. No, we can't do that. Think of the parents, and they would know that they could go there and have sex. Oh my god. Don't do this. It can be career path. No, children, no. Oh my god. I hate the loud people that's like, no, we can't do that because what will countries think of us? It's always about the fucking image. It's all around the world. It's about how you're seen and how, I mean, fuck it. The senators and everyone, whole fucking America system with politics is how your image is. It's not fucking how you can have some standpoints, but you can be dumb as a horse. Look at George W. Bush. He was your president, for God's sake. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, so I will wrap that up there today. I probably could talk more about these things, but I mean, it's not my business to judge America really that because it's not my country, but I mean, it's so outdated, most of the things, systems, school systems and stuff. I mean, if you don't, that's the reason why America is going to lose control at some point. There's still the medial, the entertainment part of the world, they still have a hold on so far. But, I mean, soon I think most countries will pass America and can do movies and stuff more easier because technology advancement and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, and in America they try to not beat down technology advancement because those companies that try to not make it advances because they are the ones that still making money off the old thing. So that's America. Woohoo! And yeah, so I'm Marcon Story on the Twitterverse, and KOC and Crown. I'm sorry about not being that good at uploading. It will go up and down. We haven't got around to record more Saints Row, but there's a lot more Terraria recorded, so that will probably at least be up. So yeah, so with all that, I will bid you adieu because I can't go on with this forever. Thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next Crowncast, where we talk about more stuff surrounding the universe, where ponies and unicorns and flies or reign supreme. Woohoo! Bye.